Yeah, we all remember the incredible display of poppies cascading from the Tower of London in 2014. Well, flowers are returning to the moat, 20 million of them, in fact, and this time they're real. It'll take 2 weeks to plant and create a meadow in time for the Queen's Jubilee celebrations. Along the way, though, they've made some remarkable discoveries, as Martin Stew explains.
Can you believe it is coming up to 8 years since 888,000 ceramic poppies turned the Tower of London's moat into a sea of red? That was to mark 100 years since the start of the First World War. Now the moat will be transformed again for the Queen's 70th year on the throne. But first, the very muddy task of turning the 14,000 square metre moat into London's largest flower bed.
When you walk down here, the size of the walls, you realise that you're in an oasis on its own.
Deputy Governor Deborah Whittingham showed me how a path will wind its way through the super bloom display.
I think it'll be some sort of horticultural firework display, because with 20 million seeds of all different varieties of flowers that will evolve as the summer months move on, people are going to experience a really special walk through here.
Before the seeds are sown next month, a lot of soil has to be turned over.
Everything about the moat is going to be completely different.
Which has given curator Alfie, assisted by a team of mudlarkers and experts from the Museum of London, the chance to unearth some nuggets of history, including a 15th century jeton from France.
It looks like a coin, but it's more of a counter that you would use on an abacus board.
So that proves that merchants were coming here to do trading?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the tower is the home of the mint, so pretty much all coinage and all trade comes through the tower at some point along its journey.
Just a few metres away, a different piece of history from 100 years later.
We think this is probably from a dagger belt, so this is quite rare and very interesting.
They even found a bullet from 1914.
This is a .303 round that had been used by regiments during the First World War when they were training in the moat before they were sent off to the Western Front. It's absolutely amazing because it means we get to tell the stories that we've always known about but don't have that much physical evidence for in slightly more detail.
Weather dependent, the flowers should be in full bloom by June, offering a colourful welcome to this 800-year-old defensive ditch until the early autumn. Martin Stew, ITV News.